Hi, my name is Sydney McConkey, and this is my Unit 8 video journal. So far, I have really enjoyed learning all of the information we've been able to learn in this class. Not only have I felt that I'm learning about the ethics codes and the ethics of psychology, but I've also been learning how to properly interact with my faculty, how to be professional in my field, how to conduct emails, how to resign, which was something I never really had done before. I've also found Bush's ethical decision making model incredibly useful and have used it informally like once or twice at my work when discussing with my colleagues if we believe something truly warrants being called into CPS. Um, I have found the Rosenthal book very informative and helpful thus far in my education journey. Though sometimes it can feel like repetitive and long, I know in the long run this is like more beneficial to me. It will help me absorb the information better, and even though sometimes it is long, everything is so informational. So it's useful for me nonetheless. So next I'm going to move on to the question, what objectives, skills, or values define a counselor? What is their role and what did they do? So a counselor can help people with relationships, difficulty, family problems, job stress, anxiety disorders, depression, and many other challenging issues that affect their happiness and well-being on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis. It is important for counselors to possess specific skills and attributes to be effective in their roles. So communication skills and self-awareness are two essential traits of effective counselors. It is also essential for counselors to be able to listen and explain their ideas and thoughts clearly and concisely to others. They need to be able to convey acceptance to their clients, and counselors must be warm and understanding. Having traits like empathy and compassion help your clients feel understood and heard, and I think makes you a generally great human being. Identifying and changing negative thought patterns and other harmful behaviors requires excellent problem-solving skills on the part of the counselors, so being able to problem solve is huge. And when in a counseling session, counselors must maintain their focus on their clients and not be distracted by their own problems or concerns. So being able to separate your day-to-day life, separate your work life, home life is essential. And then finally, the ability to adapt and change the way I respond to a client's needs is one of the most important attributes of a professional counselor. Like when your client needs a different treatment approach or treatment plan, you don't necessarily follow the rigid one. You're willing to be flexible and adjust to best benefit your client. As far as the differences between a counselor and a psychologist, counselors work with people in academic and organizational settings to develop the skills and knowledge necessary for school or career success. Those working in counseling may choose to focus their practices on a certain area. The specialization often occurs during a student's education, and many master degrees in counseling focus on specific areas such as clinical mental health or school counseling. Psychologists, like counselors, study human behavior and work with clients to improve functioning. However, their training curriculum includes some differences. Often their programs place more emphasis on assessment, research, and medical models. Their programs often last longer, as well as with licensed psychologists are required to hold a minimum of a PhD or a PsyD. Counselors and psychologists differ in their approach to mental health care. In counseling, prevention is emphasized. It is common for them to work with specific populations, such as the elderly or college students. Using therapeutic techniques, counselors can assist these clients in preventing and dealing with mental and emotional health issues. Also, they may assist individuals in managing stress, self-esteem, family, and marital issues, and substance abuse. However, psychologists are more specialized in assessing, evaluating, and treating emotional and behavioral disorders. Finally, I'm going to describe 3 ways that I plan to develop my professional identity to practice in the field of forensic counseling specifically. So many professionals find it challenging to answer this question, and I know I definitely did. The question, who am I as a counselor, is probably one of the biggest ones you will be asked. And finding this answer requires self-reflection and a clear understanding of the job's expectations and responsibilities. I believe the best place to start would be best place to begin would be to review the American Counseling Association's Code of Ethics. As part of this process, I would evaluate my strengths and weaknesses to determine whether or not I am capable of engaging in effective counseling processes that would benefit both my clients and me. And thus, I can evaluate my weaknesses and learn how I can make them stronger. As a second way, I would look within myself and around me. I would examine various sociocultural aspects of my own individual experiences, such as my role as a partner, female, sister, caregiver, dog mom, and daughter. Identifying my personal beliefs and values and assessing how they relate to obtaining a professional position in the mental health field would be essential. I would want to ask myself questions like what made psychology and specifically forensic psychology so attractive to me in the first place. A third approach would involve joining like a professional organization like the ACA or American Counseling Association or something local in my town, attending professional conferences and pursuing leader positions. I believe that forming strong relationships with mentors and colleagues at conferences and continuing education is an integral part of building my professional identity. That's all. Thank you.